Hey everyone, welcome back to our journey to 2000 ELO. Our opponent is playing white. Right now we're rated 872, our opponent's 896. Think I'm gonna go against the Hambleton again, and well, that might be the Hambleton, I don't know. What do you do when your opponent does that? Yeah. So we're gonna block him off. If he gets his knight out, we got a good... Well, not really. We don't want him to get his knight out, actually. We want him to take his bishop out like this. And he's doing good. He's got a good setup there. Maybe we just do this now. Okay. We don't want him to take... Yeah, we don't want him to take. If he takes, that's actually okay. We don't want to take his piece, I think. This piece is just solidifying this pawn here. I'm not seeing much. Let's take our knight out. I don't like this. And we did not do what the Hambleton calls for anyway. So close to getting something here. I feel like we could do this, and that would just be blundering our bishop, I guess. We have time to calculate. May as well just relax the shoulders and see what we can do. Oh no, the knight is there. That's a factor. We could go here. He just takes. We could go here. We need to get more pieces out. Threatening to fork his pieces. If he takes, we just take. Oh, we blundered. Did not see that. Good catch on our opponent's part. We're just messing. We're just giving away pieces. Not gonna lie, there's a little bit of frustration in trying to make the Hambleton work. But, like I always say, this is arcade chess. Our opponents are... This is arcade. Just don't see it. I want to get the rook lined up. Even though there's pieces here, they can leave quickly. Okay, so we can take. If he takes, we take. Or we would take with the rook. I think we take with the rook. He can have that. We'll just take his next. Trying to beat him with tactics at this point. It's pretty much our signature to blunder first, win later. terrible with my openings for black. Probably all of my games seem to just be terrible in the beginning, and then like then we find our way usually. Interesting situation here. I see this deal has kind of changed. He doesn't have anything to block that. He could do this, and then we kind of lose our steam. Right now we can take, and then he takes. I see what he's doing. He's really trying to keep this blocked. Can we punish anything here? Just take this, but that would be crazy. I think we take this, let him take. I still like where we're at. He could just start doing some crazy checks on us. I don't see why we don't just take this, but then again, we do have a pawn over here. Our rook here is stuck. We should be putting our king over here so he can't do forced moves on us, but I don't see why. We can start attacking, you know, that's really aggressive, but I think we can actually get some damage. At the rate of this game is going, at how fast we're losing pieces and stuff, 5 minutes and 22 seconds is plenty of time. Gotta remember to relax the shoulders. Can get tense. Which I'm not worried about taking this. I don't want to lose my queen, really. This would be great. Open up the rook. Okay, so he takes out his knights. We have something interesting here. Maybe we put check, take his queen. He takes, but I don't like that. Another defender on this pawn could be good. Then we do the trade. Take, he can't take with this king, right? Maybe at some point. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to make a decision pretty quickly here, though. What do we do in this situation? Our queen is pretty comfortable here for the time being. Maybe we... I don't want to waste time moving the king if we don't have to. Maybe we move up and push up. Let's see what he's got. Ooh, that changes everything, doesn't it? Let's reroute. He's gonna threaten mate. I don't like that. We need to double our rooks here. Can we do a more forcing move first? We can win a rook. That's forcing, but not in a good way. That's hyper forcing. Do we have any follow-up to this? We could just take this pawn, but what's he do next? He takes... So we don't want to do that. Let's move our bishop up and protect our rooks. And he could take this, and then we're about done. Yeah. Okay. At the same time, I don't want to be too passive. He should be getting his other rook out. I think we have time to try an attack. My pieces are all... Now I already did this, so I can't get out. My pieces are very, very broken. What's he got? What can he do? We'll just run a little bit. We have some defense, but I can see this being a huge problem. Now we need to. Now we're playing a blitz game. Oh, that was bad. Oh, that's probably worse. I think he's got us just about checkmated. We'll see what he can do. He should take this, and then he wins that. So he's eating our pieces. Now it's shooting for a. We're gonna let that stay. We gotta move. You know, but we just don't have much. Oh, whoa, we can't do that. We gotta. Oh man, we could go down here. Nope. Now we stopped that. Okay, he stopped it. Pawn up. Probably best move would just be to rook e1. Oh, wow. Wow. I'm surprised he's letting this much counterplay happen. He definitely doesn't have to. If we promote, he just takes back, so that's terrible. I think now we put him in check. Oh, man. Oh, we're in check. That's ugly. He got us. I think the best we can do is like delay a turn, but then we got to go here, and then this is checkmate. Yeah. I think we may as well use time to think. Right now we're in check, and the only thing we can do is go here. So why think? I guess to see if there's a way to... Man, we almost got this. If I would have maybe done this like a turn before, we would have had a little bit more control. But that's okay. That's just delaying the inevitable, so I guess we'll... I think that's checkmate. We're going to try and see if we can do this, though. I guess that's definitely checkmate. Oh, no, he's not. Oh, I should have moved up. Okay. What's he gonna do? He's struggling to checkmate me. Move the rook. Man, okay. We're live. Oh, that's checkmate for sure. We survived a lot longer than I thought we would. Oh, you know what? Before I do the game review, this is how I thought about it later. So where did I go wrong? Let's see that. I know the engine doesn't usually like that move. That was probably a bad move, but it could have been good. He's in our side of the board, and we just allowed that, so that's not cool. We shouldn't have done that. Oh, hey, we sent him into the 900s. So he is from India, and his name is Himalayan Yeti. Awesome. Well, thank you for the game, Yeti. Let's see. I just don't like this outcome. So I think what we should have done maybe is just straight up took more control in the center, like fought back. And if he takes here, we take here. We just mimic him. You know, he could move our king, but I don't usually castle anyway. But yeah, that would be a problem. I don't know what the best thing to do there would be. Oh. Oh well, let's just go through the game review. I lost that thing. So we played as a 150. Very humble goal ambitious goal, not humble. Very ambitious goal we have to go to journey to 2000 when we're playing as a 150 player, according to the engine. The cup today is Garfield. Apparently my chess is on break because that was terrible. Now we only blundered once. They blundered twice. They had 3 misses. We had 1. We had 2 great moves. They had 3 great moves. Our percentage is 46%. We played at 46%. 46.4 accuracy. They played 62.9 accuracy. Let's start the review. I actually want to be in a take. It did not like his idea to push. So I'm now able to threaten checkmate. I'm not seeing checkmate here, but oh wow. Okay, I gotta look at that. That's amazing. Yeah, bishop c4, bishop c5, and then queen f2. That's checkmate if he doesn't block it, or you know, if he were to like do that. Crazy. Shows we did not know what we were doing. Should have developed our bishop. Makes sense instead of blocking it off. It wants us to put our queen back, but we're already... When you go to an opening, I mean, I want to stay dedicated to the opening. I don't want to go back and forth over something like that, but the engine says what the engine says. The engine is the best player. Out of any of us, mortal humans. Yeah, what a terrible game, honestly. Wow, it wants us to just put our knights back. That was a blunder. Yeah, I can't believe I didn't see the threat on the knights. Crazy. I had tunnel vision, just boom. I thought I could do that. That was a bad move as well. It's one of our lowest days of chess. You know what? I love these low days because we can only go up from here, just about. So. That's just taking a pawn for free. That was a blunder. We get a chance to force eventual checkmate. So what's the checkmate here? How did I not see this move at this point? Oh my gosh, like all we're doing is looking for checkmates and I did not see this one. Mate in 2. Wow. Well, you know what? I'm happy that even after messing up, we put ourselves in a situation where we could have done a mate in 2. We had a position where it's like, hey, you can checkmate him now. You know, that's something. Because we had, you know, the rook defending the pawn, and but man. So once we did this, now it's critical for them to somehow undo that, and they did not. That's where we could have had our checkmate. So it looks like this. Check. This is forced. Nothing can block it. Checkmate. That's the idea. That would have won us the game. I would have felt so great after that. But instead we did something silly. We went the wrong way. The queen went the wrong way. It's funny because I was looking on this side of the board too. I was looking here, but I was looking here like earlier, you know. I was like, okay, then you could just do this, and then I have nowhere to go, you know. That's what I was looking at. I would have looked one move later. Would have won us the game. Oh man, I could have done this too. I could have put him in check. Force him around. I should have done more forcing moves. I even think in this case, like it's probably a bad idea, but it's probably not the worst idea to do this, because yeah, it's a bad idea. Yeah, it does not like black's position. Anyways, we went there with our queen. We should have defended the pawn. I was kind of figuring the king wasn't safe on this side because of all these pieces coming, but maybe it was. I guess it was. Oh, and then I could have defended this pawn here if I would have taken this one. But I was trying to go for king side, you know. I was still trying to do some little attack. That was a bad moment when he took our rook. And that's when it really went downhill for us right there, when he's got mate in 7 already. Yeah, and as soon as I went down, I figured I should have went up, because it just gives me more possibilities, you know. We actually lost the checkmate. Oh, I should have threatened his queen. I guess I just wasn't thinking. Could have threatened his queen. If he takes, we take. But we're still in a losing position, because even if we threaten his queen like this, now we can just go here and get our pawn next turn. Then we could put him in check. So it's not a totally lost position. He moves. Then we back up the... Yeah, he moves, and then we back up the pawn. That would be good. So we had a much better position here. Nope, we still a mate in 7. Oh, that's actually bad. See, I am not playing right. That's okay. Good checkmate on their part. Good thinking. Put your bishop and then... Wait. Yeah, that was forced. And then that worked out good for him. We came close. We came close to getting a queen. That would have been so cool. What else? What else? I am this close to dropping the Hambleton defense, because it's such a particular defense where they have to play just the right pawn moves. It seems like, and then I have to deviate from the knight idea. Let me show you. Hambleton, proper Hambleton is this. And let's say they go here. Well, that's a happy position for the Hambleton. Boom. The idea for the Hambleton was let's make a bunch of silly moves. Get our bishop out, get our knights, and then castle. That's the Hambleton ideal. Queen's out early. Maybe you put your bishop over here and the queen can go here. You know, there's just a lot of ideas. There's not much theory on it as far as I know. Amon Hambleton, the Grandmaster, made it. Some people say it's a meme. It's a meme opening. Could be fun. He wins a lot of games. He's won a lot of games with it, but he is a Grandmaster. So a lot of people say he won games on playing good after the opening and not just the opening, which I guess that's any game. But when somebody goes like this, like they did in our game, well, now if I do this, he can just threaten my knight, and then he won a tempo. And so I don't want to go, you know, I guess I could go here. And then what's the best move for him? Attack the knight again. Now it's like we can't even get our queen out, which is essential to the Hambleton, right? So then we have to move back. Look, it wants us to, we're in such a bad position at this point. It wants us to give up our knight, you know, so it's a rough opening. I don't think it's a beginner's opening for sure. I don't even know what to do with it. So, it's like I'm thinking maybe I should just play solid, you know, and learn the Caro-Kann. Is that how you say it? Caro-Kann? Caro-Kann? Maybe that's it. Maybe you learn that opening as well as like the Dutch stone wall or the King's Indian or something. You know, pick some good openings to actually study, and then I think we'll be playing a lot better. But today was very bad. You're seeing the lowest of the low of Rudimentkin chess right here, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. I want to learn from episodes. That's what I want to do. I want to learn from games. And what I'm learning with this one is every time we climb up our elo, when we play as black, usually it seems like we totally mess up the opening, because the only opening we know for black is Hambleton, and it's not even really knowing an opening. So yeah, I think the big takeaway we should learn here is it's time to move on from the Hambleton, at least until we can develop theory on it if we want to. But I really wanted to be that guy that stuck with the Hambleton and made 2000 elo playing the Hambleton. You know how people say like, oh, I got to 1000 using the London system or whatever. I would love to make the Hambleton work and be like, okay, is it a meme opening? Because you know, this guy got to 2000 with it. That's still possible. It's definitely possible. I just have to learn the right moves, you know, and so it's so do I give that up in order to play solid, well-established openings? You know, that's the sacrifice. If I want to be 2000, I've got to do what I need to do to be 2000. So I want to be 2000 elo. I think what we need to do is switch over to like the Caro-Kann opening and just keep the Hambleton in our back pocket, and see what we can learn with it. So maybe tomorrow I'll wake up and have an epiphany and be like, oh, you know, finally I've studied it enough, now I can do it, you know. I don't know, so we'll see. In the meantime, we're focused. We're trying. We're studying. I'm studying a lot of puzzles and tactics, and the London system for an opening. I'm starting to memorize the main lines. So, peace.